Hello and welcome. We're so glad you've joined us for the launch of More Than Sundays, breaking down barriers to opportunity. Today, we're sharing the powerful ways churches across the UK are already making a difference in the lives of children and families, and how together, with national and local government, we can do even more. This report is brought to you by the Children and Families Alliance, a partnership between three charities: Safe Families and Home for Good, Kids Matter, and Transforming Lives for Good.
Together, we support thousands of families each year through community-based mentoring, parenting programs, fostering, supported lodgings, adoption support, and early intervention, which are all delivered in partnership with local churches. We've chosen to pre-record this launch video to give you the flexibility to watch and reflect in your own time. So, sit back and enjoy as we share some amazing stories with you today.
Over the past decade, families across the UK have faced growing pressure. Cuts to public services, the pandemic, and the cost of living crisis have created a perfect storm. The number of children in care has risen by nearly 20%. Mental health needs are rising, with 1 in 6 children now experiencing a significant mental health challenge. And nearly 1 in 5 children are starting school without meeting key development milestones. But we can't just talk about statistics, because behind every number is a child, a family, and a story. That's why we've created this report, because we believe the church, with its community roots, relational approach, and deep compassion, is uniquely placed to respond. Churches aren't just buildings used on a Sunday morning. They're school holiday lunch providers, parenting support hubs, safe spaces, and places of belonging. More Than Sundays tells that story. It makes a clear case for how churches, charities, and the government can work together to ensure no child is left behind.
Across the country, families are struggling with isolation, poverty, and trauma. Yet, there are churches in the heart of communities that are already supporting these families. What makes the church such a powerful partner? 3 things: scale, volunteers, and resources. First, scale. There are around 50,000 churches across the UK embedded in villages, towns, and cities, including places where public services have retreated. Churches are rooted where people live, and they're not going anywhere. Second, volunteers. The church is home to a vast network of people for whom caring about their neighbours is a deep part of their faith. These are committed, trained individuals offering mentoring, respite, parenting support, and practical help week in and week out. And third, resources. Church buildings, kitchens, halls, community spaces, many of these are already being used to host lunch clubs, parent groups, and support programs. The church is a place of welcome, and its culture of generosity creates a community that genuinely desires to serve.
In short, when you're looking for community-based early intervention, low-barrier support, the church is uniquely placed to support children and families. This report doesn't just describe a vision, it documents what's already working and what could continue to grow further with the right partnership.
At the heart of this report is a belief in early intervention, the idea that when support is timely, relational, and rooted in community, it can stop small challenges from becoming life-altering crises.
Across our work, we consistently see 3 barriers that hold families back: isolation, trauma, and poverty. Isolation leaves families feeling invisible and alone, without the networks of support that most of us take for granted. Trauma, often rooted in domestic abuse, mental health struggles, sexual abuse, or past instability, can leave lasting scars, especially for children. And poverty isn't just about money. It's about stress, stigma, limited opportunity, and the impact that has on a child's confidence, education, and well-being. But we've also seen how church-based support can directly address these barriers. Parenting programs that rebuild confidence, mentoring that restores trust, practical support that eases financial stress, and, most importantly, communities of belonging that offer families a fresh start. These are the everyday miracles of early intervention, and they're happening in churches across the UK.
But don't just take our word for it. We're now going to watch a few short videos of a church in action.
Before I started the Kids Married program, I had problems myself. I had anxiety, depression, so I just struggled day-to-day basis. I shut people out in my life, like my family and all that. So I was in a bad place at the time. I've let it get the better of me. I've let it do things that stop me to become the parent that I should have. I felt like a failure as a mum. I felt like a bad mum at the time. So going to Kids Married, it has changed me a lot. And I'm grateful that I actually got the opportunity to do this, just because, and to show how much I've become better in myself, how much I became as a parent, and that the relationship with me and my children.
I grew up in care because I lost my mum and dad when I was a kid. Being a single mum with 2 kids and not having much support, like family, because obviously I haven't got no family. I just wanted someone to understand me, like someone to help me, someone who actually can believe in me. Yeah, Peter and Vivian, they like help me with the children. Like if I wanted an hour to myself, they'd come up and collect the children, leave me for an hour, do what I've got to do. And then I got Sue and Ray, that helped me with gardening and just take me out basically to get out for a bit.
She was very worried that she wasn't doing things right and maybe the children might be taken off her. And
she'd never had the parental support, had she really? What she was doing, she was making up on her own half the time, and she didn't know whether that was right or wrong.
We volunteered to take the kids out, but to see the kids growing up and for them to relate to you and know who you are, to know that we're giving Tam a break as well.
Because obviously I suffer with anxiety and depression, and obviously I can't take the children out, so I'm constantly with the children 24 hours a day, don't get like an hour to myself, so it affects my mental health a bit. If I didn't have them, I think I would have gone downhill and I would have lost my kids. And it's just nice to know somebody you can talk to when you need help. So especially with Ray, I'm always on the phone to him. How do you put a curtain pole up? What do I use? He teach me how to use the lawnmower, the strimmer, so I could be independent a lot more. They're really good people. They've helped me, and you know what? They never judge me for what I've been through and what I've done.
Well, it's just a wonderful thing to do. It's just clearly God's will that these families should have help and should feel loved.
It made me feel like I've got a family, that I've got an auntie and uncle, or a mum and a dad. So it's nice to have that bond with them. They do change your life. When you're in a bad place, they make it positive. Yeah, so you're not on your own. I'm excited to see them because I know they're coming to see me and I've got someone to talk to. It's like my family, really. Yeah, I'm like my family.
Before I started coaching, life at school was pretty stressful and hard for me to cope with. I would start scratching myself to the point where I would get like scabs and stuff on my hands. I was pretty worried about my mental condition, but I thought it was just like, oh, I'm just feeling bad or feeling down or sad, angry, whatever. And then 2 years ago, I got diagnosed with autism, so that's probably it. Because the classrooms were really loud and stuff like that. But like stress and stuff would be that bad that I couldn't sleep. Back then I didn't really know what to do.
Ollie was self-harming. When he came to me at that point, saying how he felt, and I didn't know how to fix it, I felt like I was letting him down, like I was failing him, and no matter what I tried, nothing was helping him. He wasn't getting any better.
When Ollie said that he'd hurt himself, that was really difficult. So we had to really, really talk about, how really amazing this boy is.
And thought of different things to do with Ollie that nobody else had said. And then you could see his mood improving. When he came home from school, he couldn't wait to tell me what they had done that day, and he couldn't wait until his next day with Anne.
From TLG, I learned to look into the right sort of activities to be able to connect with Ollie.
With Anne, I was able to create loads of crafts and stuff and learn actually loads of skills that I didn't know I was actually good at.
Ollie told me how much he enjoyed art. So our first meeting was Ollie teaching me how to draw a face.
And you got on very well.
I did, yes, thank you. Using his interest in art to produce a big artwork that had positive words about himself that he'd written and thought about. It was really, really encouraging.
Through the coaching, I started to feel differently. I would feel more happy, and just generally being able to talk about my feelings felt really good. Then it was improving my mental state. I think I was actually getting more sleep as well. Some days I would take days off because of how bad I was feeling that day. I felt like I could come to school more because Anne was teaching me how to feel better and cope with my problems and stuff like that.
After a year of coaching, Ollie had huge changes. It was great to see that he now enjoys school and that he's learning again and that he was back to his brilliant best. TLG Early Intervention is a no-brainer. The therapeutic interventions from TLG have allowed us to meet needs that I would not be able to afford to meet in my current financial situation.
I don't really think about the future that much, but I know that Anne, Donna, Mum, loads of other people are there for me, and I can go and talk to them.
The future is there for him. He's an amazing boy.
When I think about the future for Ollie now, it's positive, whereas before I would have been thinking, I'm scared. He's happy now, where before he wasn't happy.
Hi, I'm Anna Dixon, the MP for Shipley in West Yorkshire and also chair of Christians on the Left. I'm really delighted to see this report about all that churches do beyond the Sunday services. And I see this in churches across my constituency here in Shipley, but also across the country, from toddler groups, lunch clubs, memory cafes, night shelter, food bank. There are so many brilliant examples of the way that churches and other faith communities are supporting people across the UK. And that's been recognised as well by Lisa Nandy, the recognition of the importance of the voluntary and community centre as a real backbone of Britain. And I hope that faith communities and church communities will be very much seen as part of that vibrant voluntary and community sector, including in ways that they support children, families and young people in particular.
The More Than Sundays report isn't just a celebration of what's happening, it's also a call to action. We're inviting government to see churches not just as places of worship, but as trusted, equipped partners in the delivery of community-based support. Our key recommendations call on government to firstly invest in early intervention to ensure help arrives for families before crisis hits. Secondly, to partner with the church at both national and local levels to deliver support for families. And finally, to recognise early life trauma as a core issue in family breakdown and develop a national trauma strategy which recognises community-led solutions.
These are practical, cost-effective and proven ways to strengthen families, reduce pressure on the public services and create a more hopeful future for children across the country. The church is already doing this work. With the right partnership and support, it can do even more.
We've seen what's possible when the church, charities and communities work together, but we can't do this alone. That's where you come in. There are 3 simple things you can do to take action today.
Number 1, you can leave a comment Share your thoughts, reflections, or encouragements using the comment box. We'd love to hear what stood out to you. Number 2, email your MP. Take 30 seconds to share this with your local MP and help them to understand how churches across the UK are already making a difference in the lives of children and families. And number 3, help us spread the word. Share the report with your network, download it, post it on social media, or send it to someone who needs to see it.
Whether you're part of the church, a local authority, or simply someone who cares, your voice matters. Let's make sure every child and every family has the opportunity to flourish.
Thank you for watching and for taking the time to engage with More Than Sundays. We hope this video has given you a glimpse of what's already happening across the UK and the real, lasting difference that churches are making in the lives of children and families.